I want to know why. Yeah, okay, let's do this one. Am I the asshole for announcing my pregnancy? All right. Throwaway account for anonymity. 28F. Am pregnant with my husband. 30M baby. I have a sister, 30F, who has been trying to get pregnant for the past 5 years. This has resulted in not successful pregnancies. When I found out I was pregnant, I made sure not to tell my sister, since she was grieving her last unsuccessful pregnancy, who has passed around a year ago. I told my parents and husband's parents, and they were overjoyed. Out of respect for my sister, I didn't have a baby shower or a gender reveal or any big ceremony. Just a lunch where I announced the pregnancy to close friends and family. We all agreed to not tell my sister until we felt like she was ready to know. What? Anyways, I am now 34 weeks pregnant, and I haven't seen my sister in over 6 months. She called me the other day to tell me she was 3 months pregnant and things had been going well so far. I congratulated her, and she invited me to her house for dinner. I discussed this with my parents and husband, and we decided it was time to tell her. I went to her house for dinner this weekend, and when she let me in, she freaked out. She asked me if I was pregnant, and I said I was. She started sobbing. She was hysterical. Her husband took her in to calm her down, and we decided to leave. Okay, she texted me on Monday saying that it was selfish that I was going to have my baby first, and my parents would be more focused on me than her. What? It's about you having a kid and not you getting a bunch of attention, right? She accused me of being cruel and getting pregnant just to upset her. She said she would ask our parents to choose between us. This was the last straw for me. This was my first pregnancy, and I wanted to do things like a baby shower and all, but I didn't because I knew it would hurt my sister. I called her selfish, mean bitch, and blocked her. Her husband called me to tell me she was inconsolable because her own sister was trying to upstage her and her baby. What? Our mom isn't taking sides, but my dad and husband are on my side. A few of my cousins reached out to me calling me names, and it made me wonder if I'm in the wrong. So am I the asshole for announcing my pregnancy? Edit. My sister has been in therapy for the past couple of years. She should probably get a different therapist. I think everyone sucks here. The sister finding out the night she wanted to announcement, I can understand why that would be upsetting, but her reaction afterwards, oh my God. Yeah, right. Like waiting 8 months of pregnancy to tell her that you're pregnant on the night she's announcing her pregnancy. A little weird. What was the plan here? Second top comment, everyone sucks here. In my opinion, you waited too long to tell her. Showing up 34 weeks pregnant, you may as well have just shown up with the kid. Yeah, I'm going yes, the asshole, because everyone sucks here. The sister more so, but like, yeah, everyone sucks here a little bit. Lettuce, tartar sauce. The food ones always fucking slap. Let's try lettuce. Why not? What? Oh. Yep. All right. Am I the asshole for packing my dad's lunch, but not my brother-in-law, and refusing when demanding to? Great. All right, let's see how split this dickie is. 18% asshole, 82% not the asshole. All right. My 17F parents have been remodeling the house. My dad tore a big chunk in the back, and he, my brother, 19M, and my sister's husband, 27M, have been cleaning and picking the rubbish that was left. It's important to say that I do not like my brother-in-law at all. He's quite misogynistic, disrespectful, and has no boundaries. I know how badly this speaks of my family. My brother and father are nothing like that, and they too believe he's awfully wrong. There is so much we can do when my sister claims she's happy with this. I try to interact as less as I can with him, and I feel uncomfortable in his presence, because until a few years ago, he used to make fun of me for anything I did. He's also used to have my sister or mom do things for him like cooking, serving him his own plate, laundry, child caring, anything. Yeah, this is gross. Literal man-child. Yeah. Misogynistic man-child. That being said, my father and my brother-in-law usually leaves at the same hour to work. My dad works in construction, my brother-in-law at a company. I've been doing my dad's lunch for 2 years now since I got a liking to cooking. I cook dinner for all of us and I only pack some for him. For example, during this instance, I made enchiladas, so I packed him a few with a side of lettuce, sour cream, and green salsa in small containers, a bag of chips, and a few chunks of sliced fruit, apple and a pear. I also pack him a water and a Coke. When they came to the kitchen with my mom, I told my dad his lunch was already in his car so he could eat something and leave without worrying. And my brother-in-law said, "What about me?" I just shrugged my shoulders and said that I left him a container in the island. He was more than welcome to pack his own stuff, and that there were waters and Cokes in the fridge. He gave me a dirty look and asked why I didn't do it for him, and I said, "You're not my dad, so..." My mom got in the middle and told me to start packing my brother-in-law's lunch, and he smirked when she said that, but I just sat with my plate and said no, that he could pack his own lunch or buy something at his job. My mom said that I was embarrassing her, but my dad cut all of this when he told my brother-in-law to stop fighting and to pack his own stuff because I already cooked for all of us. He ended up saying that he would eat something at work and left early. My mom tried to berate me. My dad cut her out and said that my brother-in-law is already an adult. And she said, "But she packs your lunch." And my dad said, "Yeah, but I don't demand it." Yeah. Huh? What about that? What about that? When he left, my mom called me an asshole and that she raised me better. Better for what? To be a fucking doormat? No, fuck off. You did not. Edit. I posted this and got distracted with homework. I didn't think it'd get so much attention. Thank you all for your judgments. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks everyone for all your kind comments about my dad. He truly is the best and I love him with all my heart. I'm really happy that you're saying awesome things about him. He hasn't read the post or comments, but my brother is. He's happy and thankful too. Let's go. OP's 17. Mom, disrespectfully, just because you were raised to serve the patriarchy doesn't mean I have to live in the 1950s. Real and true and real. Esports, yes. We got here from lettuce. Well, it's not chocolate chips specifically, but chocolate is here. Am I the asshole for not spending this Christmas in the hospital with my daughter? My 39F daughter, 16F, has had a sensitive stomach ever since she was a kid. There are certain foods that will upset her stomach to the point where she's unable to stop throwing up. We've seen countless doctors, but so far nobody's been able to give us a clear answer. The only advice we keep getting is to identify all the trigger foods and cut them out from her diet. We have a pretty good idea of what those foods are: soda and other carbonated drinks, chips, Cheetos, and other similar processed snacks, anything oily or fried, and most sweets. Unfortunately, this is exactly the kind of stuff my daughter loves to eat the most, and as horrible as she feels after she eats them, she still refuses to cut them out of her diet, which in turn led to her spending a lot of time in the hospital during the past few years. When she was little, it was easier to keep all those foods away from her because I simply wouldn't buy them. But now that she's older, I can't always be there to check what she eats. She eats the greasy pizza from her school's cafeteria. She trades her lunch with her classmates. She goes out with her friends and stops to eat at KFC, and so on. And it always ends with her in the ER crying and shaking because she can't stop throwing up. This was the case on this Christmas Eve as well, when our whole family gathered at our place. And of course, among the many dishes at our Christmas table were some of her main trigger foods, like chips, soda, chocolate, and sweets. And that's how we got here. Chips, chocolate chips. There it is. Now, mind you, these were far away from the only foods available to her. We also had a variety of home-cooked, traditional dishes on the table with ingredients that don't upset her stomach, like vegetables, meat, dairy, etc. All of them delicious and well-seasoned. My daughter herself says she really likes most of these dishes. Despite this, my daughter chose to eat nothing but her trigger foods. I reminded her that they'd make her feel awful, but she said she didn't care because Christmas only comes once a year and she just wants to live a little. Well, this ended with her violently throwing up in the ER a few hours later. She had to be hospitalized for a few days, only just to get out of the hospital a few hours ago. And unlike all the previous times when something like this happened, this time I chose to spend my Christmas relaxing at home with the rest of our family and not in the hospital at my daughter's side. I kept in touch with her through calls and texts and told her that if she needed anything, I'd ask a family member to bring it to her, but I made it clear that I would not be visiting her during her stay. Yeah, there's a bigger issue here. She's 16, Mr. Rad Dad. 16. And well, my daughter didn't take this too well. She cried every time we talked on the phone, begged me to come over, told me how horrible I was for abandoning her there all alone, and so on. Most of our family didn't take my side in this either, and during the past few days I got called everything from a little extreme to downright cruel and heartless. Am I the asshole? Reddit. Maybe an asshole for not getting her therapy? Maybe. Yeah, right, Blastoise. That's kind of what it feels like. And I have to wonder if OP as the mother is willing to do something like this, just basically leave her all alone on Christmas, despite the way that the post is worded, making it sound like absolutely 100% the daughter's fault. Maybe there's a deeper issue here with how she's being treated at home. I know that's a little bit of a stretch, but like, you hospitalized yourself, you did this to yourself. I'm not coming to visit you. If you need something, I'll get someone else to bring it to you. Like, a normal person being treated fairly, safely, healthily, with a loving relationship with their mother wouldn't put themselves through this over and over and over again. So I think we've got a little bit of case of unreliable narrator here. I think there's something deeper. I think there's something else going on causing her to act out or eat like this. Right. She's harming herself to the point of hospitalization. She clearly needs help. Right. She needs help and OP's not doing it. Because it's not about the eating. It's not about the throwing up. It's not about the hospitalization. It's about the why. It's about the why. Why is she continuously doing this? There could be some kind of attention seeking in not a good way, and the only attention she gets is at school or the hospital. That could also be. Reddit said not the asshole. Because the top comment here, I'm going to read the top comment. I don't agree with it, but the top comment here says, not sure if I'm going to be in the minority or get downvoted. Oh, well, but I'm going with not the asshole. She's 16 and for sure smart enough and mature enough to know better. As the cliche, the saying is, and as much as it's overused on Reddit, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This isn't a case of a 7-year-old that doesn't really know any better. This is a person that will legally be an adult in less than 2 years. She knows full well what she can and cannot eat, and she made a person choice to eat things she shouldn't. While it may seem cruel and heartless, maybe you leaving her there by herself, obviously she's not since there's plenty of staff there with her, will be the wake-up call she needs to stop eating the shit that makes her get admitted to the hospital. Yeah, like this is still a child. This is a literal child not getting the support that she needs. There's a reason that she is acting out in this way and causing herself violent vomit episodes. There is a reason for this. Kids don't just hurt themselves for no reason. Child has some sort of trauma or mental health need that is being ignored under the guise of, oh, you're just doing this for attention. You're just doing this because you're a kid, or, oh, you know better than to not eat these things and you did it yourself. Like, you need to dig deeper into the why. Obviously, there is a reason why she's putting herself through this amount of pain and hospitalization. Even if it is just for attention, why does she feel the need to hospitalize herself for attention? There's always something deeper here. Like, this is not the act of someone who is just flippant about their dietary restrictions. Maybe this is because we don't know, because unreliable narrator, the account was literally fucking suspended. I think with the information that we have, we can't armchair diagnose, you know? So I'm going to go with everyone sucks here. The mom more so, I think, personally. Because yes, she ate things that she knew without a reasonable doubt would make her vomit and have to go to the hospital. However, the mother is blatantly ignoring the fact that she's doing this on purpose for some other reason than just being a kid, that she needs some sort of mental help, some sort of nutritional help at the very least, and then is punishing her by leaving a child alone in the hospital. Yeah, we definitely need more information. Absolutely need more information. Like, you need to have an honest, face-to-face, very serious sit-down conversation with her and be like, why are you doing this? I can't in good conscience go not the asshole here when at the very least the mother is neglecting this daughter's needs for further help.
Do I look like I know what cowboy cream is? Of course I know what cowboy cream is, Mira. I'm the goddamn star. Back in my day, you could go to Blockbuster and rent that out of the special section.